My name's Eric. I'm a digital nomad traveling around the country in my Subaru Forester, and today I'm escaping normal life in the rain. I mean, Michigan.
It's not too late.
Well, welcome to the Canadian side. Obviously get a much better perspective on this side. You're actually facing the falls versus on the New York side, you're really more just looking over the falls. So this is definitely the better shot. All right, well, tomorrow I've got a lot of driving ahead of me as well. I'm gonna go back into the United States, but I'm gonna cross Ontario and I'm gonna go to Michigan. And I'm gonna catch up with a friend that I have not seen in 20 years. It literally never fails. I always get behind the slowest lines whenever it comes to anything, but especially when it comes to border patrol and crossing the border. Like, I'm trying to get back into the United States from Ontario here, and I have always picked the slowest lines. I picked the slowest lines yesterday from Niagara Falls, coming from New York to Canada, and today I picked the slowest lines coming in. Been here like 40 minutes now. I've traveled maybe half a mile. I'm at a store called BRERS. It's the world's largest Christmas store, and it is insane here. It is massive, and there's ornaments for everything. There's ornaments for fruits and vegetables, movies. I mean, any kind of ornament you can possibly think of, it's here. It's crazy. All right, well, we are in the small town of Franken, Michigan, and it's this Bavarian themed town, and it's pretty cool. There's beer gardens, there's shops, there's restaurants. It's very neat. Reminds me of Leavenworth, Washington, which is another Bavarian themed town. It's pretty cool. Well, having a car sometimes sucks. So probably about a week and a half ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago, my driver's side window decided it would not go up. It's electric window, I put it down, it wouldn't go up. After a few minutes of finagling with it, it finally went up, but it would kind of go up like halfway and then come back down on its own, go up halfway, come back down on its own. It kept doing this over and over again until I was able to just finally make it go up. I chalked it up to fluke, just decided I keep an eye on it and decide and see what happens in the future and decide what to do from there. Well, it did it to me again yesterday. So I've been in this small town, Saginaw, Michigan, for a few days now working, and luckily it's a big enough town that they have a Subaru dealership. That's where I'm at now, if you can see the sign. And so I came over here and had them look at it. Of course, like any car, they have to have a reason to replace something, meaning they have to see that the problem exists for them to replace it. Sure enough, the window was not being a jerk at the moment. It's not doing what it was doing to me. It's not going down and getting stuck. It's just working fine. So they were not able to replace anything, but of course there's a diagnostic fee to do everything. So that was $120. So I woke up this morning, paid $120 for someone to say my window is fine, which is not true, but you know, just part of owning a car. I've just been bleeding money this morning. I had to pay car insurance. I had to pay the window. I have to get gas. I'm certainly not making that kind of money in a single day. So anyways, I'm a little like, kind of sucks. All right. Like I said, I am in the small town of Saginaw, Michigan. It's a fine town. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just a town. There's nothing amazing here. There's no nature or anything. So I'm headed up into the Upper Michigan Peninsula. And once I get there, I'll do a little bit more filming about what's been going on with me.
If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you, because now I see we were meant to be.
All right, well, I'm at Taco-Mahinan State Park, or at least I think it's called Taco-Mahinan. I'm going with my own pronunciation because I'm a phonetical speller, because I haven't had anybody pronounce it yet to me. But based on how it's spelled, that's what I'm calling it. It's the state park up in the Upper Michigan Peninsula, and it's got a bunch of waterfalls. This is the lower falls, and then soon I'm headed up to the upper falls area. I looked online before I got here to see if there's any kind of entrance fee, because a lot of state parks have them. Some don't, some do. And there's nothing online that said you had an entrance fee. Technically, there is no entrance fee to get into the park. Like, I drove through here and it was fine, but as soon as you want to park and walk to the falls, it's $11. So I'm like, great, figures. I mean, it's only $11, I get it, but it's just one of those days where it feels like all I do is turn around and give someone money. I gave my car dealership money because I had something fixed with the car. I gave my auto insurance money because you gotta have that. I bought gas twice today because I did a lot of driving. Just like, man. A lot of money coming out of my pocket today, but the whole upper peninsula of Michigan is really, really beautiful. It's very, very natural. It's just mostly stuff like this. So yeah, I think it's really worth checking out if you're ever up here.
Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, 'cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time.
Apparently it's Taquamenon State Park. I just asked somebody inside the gift shop. Yeah, I was totally butchering that.
We were meant.
This is Upper Falls. The leaves up here are starting to turn, not by much, but just starting. In Florida, that's all the colors you'll see all year round. Good morning from the Upper Michigan Peninsula. I came up here to the Upper Michigan Peninsula from, I guess, like the mainland or the lower part of Michigan yesterday. So I haven't really been doing much. I got stuck in the lower part of Michigan doing some work, which is a good thing, because as I've mentioned in my last video, work orders have really been starting to pour in. In fact, it's starting to get to the point where I'm going to have to say no to some jobs just because of time frames. Some people are wanting things on top of other jobs, and so I'm not able to commit to all the work that's actually coming in. So it's a really good thing. The only downside is it's actually making me not move around as much. And today I have got to not only try to get to this park and see it, but try to make it at least halfway to Madison, Wisconsin, where I'm meeting up with a friend of mine that I actually saw Nick like 2 years ago, so it hasn't been that long. But before that, it had been about 15 years since I saw him. I think that's probably one of the best things about traveling full time, is that I do get to see all these people from my life that I haven't seen in such a long time. Last time I traveled with my tier job and traveling the country for a year, I saw people out west that I, again, haven't seen for like 20 years. So it's been really amazing. Aside from that, not much else has really been going on. It's just work. And then had some little things with the car, like the window got stuck, but hopefully it's fixed now. They said there was just a lot of dirt down in the windowsill that maybe it caused the sensor to maybe not make the window go up, and maybe that was what it was, but we'll see. I'm gonna get some coffee made, and then I'm heading to this park. The peninsula is actually really beautiful. It's not what you would think with Michigan. I guess when my mind, I think about Michigan, I think about Detroit or something like that. And a lot of the lower part was cities, big cities, but there was also a lot of farmland in the lower part. The upper part is really just rustic and very nature filled. And there's a lot of waterfalls and state parks. So I'm going to go to this park today. And then later on, I'm also going to go to another park. It's got like a spring. And I didn't know they even had springs up here. So that should be interesting. So I'm at a place called kitch-iti-kipi, and it's a natural spring water here in the Upper Michigan Peninsula. And I had no idea something like this even existed up here. When I was in the lower part of Michigan, my friend Dan, his sister told me about this place. So since I was headed up here, I decided to put it on the map and check it out. It's pretty amazing. They said the water there is 45 degrees. Back home, when you go into the spring water, it's like 72 degrees. So big difference, but it's pretty neat. You can take that boat that's right behind me all across the lake. And it's like a 20-minute ride that's included with your admission to get in here. And yeah, I think it's pretty neat. It's only $11 to get in here. It's pretty worth it. All right, well, I am in Wisconsin. I got here this morning. I left the Upper Michigan Peninsula yesterday, and yeah, I'm headed to Madison to see a friend of mine who, luckily I got to see Nick in Madison about 2 years ago when I was traveling through the area, but prior to that, I hadn't seen him in like 15 years, so it's been really great to be able to see people in my life that I just haven't seen in a really long time. I got to see Dan back in Michigan. I hadn't seen him in 20 years. We get to see Nick now and spend the weekend with him and his wife. But I just unfortunately didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time in Michigan. I know this video is all about Michigan, but unfortunately, you know, I got to pay the bills and work started stacking up on me, and I spent most of my time in Michigan working. So it is what it is. I would recommend that if you ever go there, really get up to the Upper Michigan Peninsula. It is like very Lewis and Clark expedition style up there. It's very remote. It's very wilderness. There's tons of great lakes. I saw a natural spring, which I didn't even know they had up there. Waterfalls. You might be lucky to see some wildlife like moose up there. It's just a really beautiful area. I really want to get into also the southern part of Michigan and go into Traverse City. A lot of people recommended that area to me. And then there's a place called, I think it was Sleepy Bear Dunes. I just didn't have time, unfortunately. I had to get around Lake Michigan to get to Wisconsin here to see my friend. And you know, I don't want to break my promise. I was promising Nick to get here by this day. So it is what it is. Probably not my most exciting video. I did get to see a couple of really amazing places in Michigan. Really would have liked to spend more time there, but again, like to meet up with friends, and I had to work a lot. So again, it is what it is. From here, I'm gonna spend some time with Nick and his wife, and after that, I'm gonna be heading west, but I'm gonna be going a different route. I've never gone through Iowa and Nebraska. Those are the two states in the lower 48 I have not been to. After I'm able to knock those off my list, the only state in the United States I've never been to is Alaska. So I'll be able to say I've been to 49 states. Granted, I've only been to one Hawaiian island. So I've been to Hawaii, but I've never been to like 4 of the 5 islands over there, or however many islands are over there. However, still 49 states is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know what I can really do with that information, but anyways, until next time, thank you for escaping normal life with me.